Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video here on the Pokecentral network. In today's episode, we are going to be talking a little bit about a few different changes that have been made here on the server, as well as preparing ourselves to summon in an Arceus. So the Arceus exchange, or rather half of the Arceus exchange, because I still haven't finished this side of things, is actually running really well, and we've gotten quite a few of each type of plate. We have at least 2 of, I think, everyone. We have 6 insect plates, 5 toxic plates, and actually 4 zap plates. Now, that's great, and we could technically summon in an Arceus at this point in time. However, because I never actually set up these 7 bottom chests, we only have the original 1 plate for each of these sections, so that's not great. However, if we go ahead and get it set up, I feel like we can probably make some progress on getting a few more of each of those plates. But as it stands, we do have at least 1 of every single Arceus plate in the game, which means we can technically summon in that Arceus, which would be really cool. But of course, I am going to wait to set up the second side, and then we're going to go ahead and actually wait for a few plates to flow in, and once that happens, we can go ahead and take out 1 of each without really messing up the entire exchange. We also just hit 7 million coins here on our account on the gold server, and that is all thanks to this beautiful shop right here. We have been selling things like crazy. Everybody really likes to buy all of our Ultra Balls and Quick Balls and things, and actually it looks like we're completely out of stock, so we should probably work on refilling that at some point. But before we even do that, I want to go ahead and take a look at Pokey Hunt. So I've made a few changes, and I will say I think it's for the better. However, I am still open to feedback and suggestions, so of course, like always, if you have any ideas or any feedback for anything at all here on the server, Pokey Hunt or otherwise, let me know down in the comments below, or better yet, go ahead and join our Discord, link down in the description below, and you can go ahead and just leave your messages in the suggestions channel. They usually make their way to me, but if you want to, go ahead and send it to me as well. On top of putting it inside of suggestions, you can do that, and I will make sure to go ahead and take a look at it. And before we get any further into this episode, I do just want to go ahead and quickly say, if you want to join me here on my server, Pokecentral.org is the IP, and all of the links that you need to download and install Pixelmon can be found in the description down below. It's completely free as long as you have a Minecraft account with the Java edition. The Windows 10 version and the mobile version unfortunately do not have Pixelmon, so that is not really an option. But if you do have the Java edition of Minecraft, you can get on the server for free, and I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you've never played Pixelmon before, because it's really cool, and you guys will most likely get a lot of fun out of it. And the final announcement, I guess you could say it's an announcement before we actually go ahead and talk a little bit about Pokey Hunt, is that we will be starting up the next texture contest tomorrow. Now, before we do that, I want to go ahead and ask you guys for some feedbacks on the theme. So we have 2 options, and I'm actually going to go ahead and leave a poll down in the community tab here on YouTube. I'll do it there, just so that it's easy and it's all tracked and everybody can see the results. If you go over to the community tab here on my channel, you'll see a poll which you can vote for the theme of the next texture contest. Even if you're not going to make any Pokemon, you might want to vote on the poll because it will kind of determine what Pokemon we see next here on the server. And your 2 options are just a regular basic aura contest, which means you can create pretty much any design you want for the contest, and we'll be just selecting them purely based on how cool the design is, and of course how well done it actually is, how clean the design is. Or number 2, a lot of people have been suggesting this, so I figured I'd give you guys the opportunity to vote on it. It would be a Chinese New Year themed contest, so we'd see a lot of like red and gold and all that kind of stuff, and of course you can just look up Chinese New Year and you can get some inspiration for that. So let me know down in the comment section below, or go ahead and click the community tab and vote on that poll, and we will go ahead and decide who the winner is. You only have about 12 hours to vote on that poll, because I will be making my next video and we need to be prepared and ready to actually announce the theme. So quickly go do that right now if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys think. And of course, I did say that was the last announcement, but there is actually one more thing that I want you guys to do. So I uploaded a Hytale video, which was kind of just what is Hytale, talking a little bit about what the game is. Of course, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I actually put quite a bit of time into it, considering it was only a 5-minute video, and I thought it was pretty cool. And if you guys don't know what Hytale is, and that's why you didn't click on the video. I definitely recommend just watching it and seeing it because it is a very, very cool game, and I am really excited for it, and it is definitely something that we're going to be playing here on the channel, and I'm definitely, as long as they give us the option to, I am going to be setting up a community server for everybody that follows the channel here, and we're going to be having a lot of fun on there, so I definitely recommend checking that video out, and of course I'll be uploading some more Hytale videos in the future, so stay tuned for that. Okay, everything done now. We can actually go ahead and start working on today's video. So number one, I want to go ahead and grab all of our Arceus plates down in the exchange. I want to organize the ones that we have duplicates of. I just want to make sure that we are completely prepared for the Arceus summoning. So we're going to grab one meadow plate. We're going to grab one flame plate. We're going to grab one splash plate, one insect plate, one toxic plate. Need to move these over, and then one zap plate, and finally one earth plate. So as I was saying before, unfortunately we cannot take any of these plates down here because I haven't had that running, but we'll set that up here in a few minutes, and then we should be able to gather. I am in creative mode. We should be able to gather all of the plates and summon in our Arceus. Now, these are not the only ones that we actually have. So if you guys do remember, when we set this up, we excluded, I think it was 3 different types of plates from the exchange for them being too common. Actually, we have an iron plate. Okay, that's cool. We have a stone plate, we have a sky plate, and we have a pixie plate. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and throw these 2 iron plates into the exchange a little bit later on, just so that they can go ahead and get traded around, because we don't really need them. But as you can see here, we have, what is this, 9, 10, I think 11 total plates here. So we have 11 out of 17. We're missing 5, and we could get those fairly easily, but that's awesome to see. So I'm going to grab myself a chest, maybe. Where's our wood? See, I took all the labels off these chests, and for a little while it did work, but then I stopped opening them, and now I don't actually remember what's in what chest. Okay, we got wood here, and let's go ahead and place this down by our arc chalice, just so we have everything all organized. Okay, there we go. 11 out of 17 of the Arceus plates. If you guys have any of the plates that are not here, let me know. I'll buy them off you. I'll pay, I don't know how much they go for, but I'll pay whatever they go for because I have 7 million coins. So I have a lot of money to spend and not that much stuff that I actually want. But it would be really cool to be able to make a video summoning in an Arceus. So if you guys do want to see that and you do have those plates, let me know and I will buy them off of you. I don't know. I think they go for anywhere between 100,000 and like 500,000, but I'm not entirely sure on that. So if you have one, you want to sell it, let me know. We can talk about it. We can make a deal, and we can get ourselves an Arceus here on this series. Okay, now stepping away from the Arceus just for a minute, we'll get back to that later on. I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Pokey Hunts. So, of course, this is a new plugin that we just released here on the server. I made 1 or 2 videos about it already, but we did make some changes to try to improve the entire system. So let's go ahead and open it up. So the first change is actually the time between hunts. So rather than it previously being 8 hours between every free hunt, it is now 21 hours between every free hunt. Now that does sound like a pretty big nerf. However, the reason that we actually did it is because when it was 8 hours, the prizes couldn't be that great. Otherwise, it would be a little bit overpowered, but we actually upped the prizes by about 2 to 3 times, and we increased the time between hunts by 2 to 3 times. So you're actually getting 3 times the amount of prizes for the same amount of work. So it actually works out in your guys' favor. You just won't be able to complete as many hunts as quickly. However, it kind of balances itself out because you get way more in each prize. Now, I will say we are still looking to improve this plugin, and if you have any ideas, you can let me know at any time. If there's something that you don't like about it and you think it needs change, let me know, because that is the #1 way that I will find out about things. Otherwise, I just really won't know. So if I don't get any feedback, I'll just leave it how it is, and we can go on, because I'll assume that it is good enough and it is actually enjoyable. But if you want to see changes, you're going to have to communicate that with me. But I am always ready to listen to your guys' feedback. We have made plenty of changes here on the server thanks to that feedback. And of course, anything, not just Pokey Hunt, but anything at all, just let me know and I will look into it. Okay, so change number 2. rather than having each hunt increase the amount of time that you actually have, it is now 3 hours for every hunt. So originally you had 8 hours to complete an insane hunt. Now you only have 3. I was getting a lot of feedback where it was taking 1 to 2 hours for people to complete their insane hunts. I think it took me an hour and like 15 minutes to complete mine. So 8 hours was a little bit too much, and this 3-hour time frame definitely does make it a little bit more difficult because some people might not be able to get their Pokemon on time, which is kind of what we want. It's meant to be difficult, so 3 hours felt like it would work out really well, and this also does make the challenge go up from each one to each one quite a bit more because you have to get all of those things in the same amount of time. So I think that works out a lot better, and we're actually just going to go ahead and start a insane hunt. We'll see what it is. A Shuppet, okay, small growth, docile nature, male gender, 77% IVs. I don't know if we're actually going to get this. I'm not really going to focus on it too much, but I might ask around and see if anyone has one. But one other thing we did change with Pokey Hunt is the rewards. So I listed them over on Discord. I'll show a screenshot of it here. These are all the changes that we made. We increased the amount of gems that you get when you actually have that as a prize option, or at least the possible amount of gems. Of course, it's still a randomly generated number. We also increased the amount of coins slightly, although not as much because I feel like they're pretty fair. And then we also went ahead and removed some prizes and added some other prizes just to make things a little bit better, especially in that insane tier. We removed some of the worst prizes and we added some cooler ones. But that is pretty much all of the changes to the Pokey Hunt. So let's go ahead and I guess set up the rest of the Arceus exchange. I was just going to go ahead and quickly take a look through here and see if maybe there was a Shuppet, but it doesn't actually look like it, which of course not. It's a pretty rare Pokemon as far as I'm aware. Not very many people actually keep it as a Shuppet, so that kind of makes sense. So let's just go ahead, head down into the exchange, and let's start getting to work on placing another 196 signs. Yeah, 196 signs. It took a very long time to do this side. Hopefully it's a little bit quicker on this side just because I have experience and I know how I want it set up. But it's probably going to take a pretty long time either way. So we're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. Okay, so after an exhausting like 30 to 40 minutes, we have all 196 signs in place. Of course, we still have to link them up, but what I'm going to do is save that for after I go ahead and upload this video. So while it's uploading, I'll go ahead and link up all the signs and make sure they're ready to go by the time the video goes live. And that way we don't have to worry about them here in the video, and I can just do it later on. Now, we are actually going to maintain the 2-for-1 exchange rate at this point in time just because we don't have a stockpile of these bottom plates. But once we get a stockpile of the bottom plates, I might change it a little bit. But keep in mind, if nobody makes the trades, then unfortunately we will have to stay like this forever because we'll never have enough plates to open it up to other possibilities. But if we do end up getting a big stack of every type of plate, then we might as well go ahead and make it either 1-for-1 or 1-for-1 with a small fee of like 5 rare candies or something. But either way, things are looking pretty good down there, and I actually really enjoyed this entire project, the Arceus Exchange. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and you guys seem to enjoy it in the videos, so I'm glad that we did it, and I'm glad that it is almost over, because writing all those signs and linking them all up is quite a pain. But that does mean once we get our Arceus, I don't really think there's much left for us to do here on the server, and so that's where I want to leave it up to you guys. Would you rather see me jump over to the Silver or Crystal server, or would you rather me try to figure out some sort of a single-player series that I could do just in my own private single-player world, or something else entirely? If you have any ideas, let me know down in the comment section below. I can't say that I will 100% go with whatever the most popular option is, but I do have some ideas, and if I see a lot of people commenting similar ideas, then I'll go ahead and just go through with it because I know that's what you guys want to see. Now, I know this was a bit of a talky video. We really didn't get all that much done, and we're not done quite yet. We are getting kind of close to the end, but I did want to go ahead and just say that I am trying to figure out some things with the channel, and that's why I'm putting out this video, just to get some ideas on a bunch of different things. And I just want to make sure that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, and I also want to make sure that I'm enjoying making the content, which is kind of the reason I'm starting the whole hightail thing. If you guys didn't know, I've been uploading Pixelmon videos for over 2 years now. I've actually uploaded, I believe, 578 videos. This will be the 579th. About 99% of those videos are Pixelmon, and as you can probably expect, after uploading nearly 600 Pixelmon videos, you do kind of run out of things to do, especially considering every single one of those videos, or at least for the most part, is a survival Pixelmon video. 600 Pixelmon videos. That's a lot. I don't even know how I managed to get 600 videos out of this mod. However, I do think there is still a lot more to do with Pixelmon. I just need to explore other things rather than just going with the general survival experience. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. That's why I want to make some changes and try to figure things out. And that's also why I'm jumping over to Hightail. And I'm, of course, going to stick with Pixelmon even once Hightail is released. But I do want to check that game out because I feel like it could be pretty big. And I feel like you guys could enjoy watching that kind of content here on the channel. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure things out. But for now, I do want to go ahead and, I guess, should we try to do that Pokey Hunt real quick? I mean, we probably only have about an hour, maybe 2 hours left. If we check Pokey Hunt. Oh, wow. Okay, so you know what? It actually, when I said it took me 40 minutes to do those signs, it actually only took me 20 minutes. I guess it's just so boring typing the same thing over and over that I thought it was a lot longer. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the insane hunt. I might try to do some off video just to get the rewards, but for the most part we already kind of have everything we need here on the server, which is another reason that I might end up either switching to Silver or Crystal or starting up a completely new series. I would do an adventure series, but the problem is there's just not that many good Pixelmon maps out there that are updated to the latest versions. If you guys know of any, let me know down in the comment section below or message me them over on Discord, or if you ever make your own adventure map, feel free to let me know, and if it's good, I definitely will make a series on it. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and focus on getting our Arceus, and we'll figure out the rest later. I do want to go ahead and say, though, the 17 Arceus plates aren't the only thing we need. So we, of course, are going to need all 17. And what that actually allows you to do is put them into the Arceus, or the Arc Chalice. And then once you do that, it'll actually give you an Azure Flute. And then you take that Azure Flute and you actually have to visit a time-space altar. So what I want to do is get my own time-space altar rather than having to use someone else's. The problem is, I believe they are very, very rare because I don't think there's a single one in the entire GTS right now, and I rarely ever see them in the GTS. So, that is a static shrine. That's not what we're looking for. I don't see any there. Yeah. Okay, so there is definitely no time-space altars in the GTS. Now, we could either ask some other players, or I could just ask you guys here in the video right now. If you guys have an extra time-space altar or a time-space altar that hasn't been placed down yet, let me know. I'll buy it off of you. I don't really mind paying way overpriced for it. I'll pay like 1,000,000 coins for it or something. I know they're worth a lot less than that. I'm pretty sure they're probably worth maybe around 500,000 at most because they are completely reusable. However, 1,000,000 coins, I'll put it out there if anyone wants to sell me one because you happen to have an extra or something. I'll buy that, and then we don't really have to worry about it. So I can always just use somebody else's if that doesn't end up going through. But I promise you guys, in the next episode, we will be summoning the Arceus. So if you do want to see that happen, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned because I think it's going to be pretty cool. I have actually never summoned an Arceus in survival before. This will be a first for me, and I'm sure a first for a lot of you guys because I don't think very many people actually get all the way up to 17 Arceus plates. With that being said, I am going to go ahead and call it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy episode, I believe, number 98 of the series, either 98 or 99. We're getting really close to 100. I almost just want to cut things off at 99 and just stop the series just so that we never hit it. But who knows? Maybe episode 100 will actually be the last episode of this season, and then we'll move on to a new server or a single-player world. I don't really know yet. I'll try to figure that out, and I'll let you guys know what I decide on. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go and leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.